I'm like, can we just get paid the same? Like, that's all we asking. Like, what's this? Oh, we got to break this down. Like, you actually doing too much just to get, not to pay us. Mm-hmm. You might as well just pay us to cause less work at this point. And I'm like, oh, so that's why y'all be asking me what my race is on my application, because y'all about to pay me less.
Well, you know what? Like I said, equality should be a policy.
Yeah.
You feel me? Women should get paid. And that's what I think. But I want to move on real quickly. And shout out to the women's soccer team. They're having a ball. You feel me? They over there doing what they got to do, out there partying, dropping F-bombs and doing all that. It's well-deserved because they fought hard and they represented the country well.
Yeah.
And hopefully they do get paid because, like I said, ratings show that they are being watched more in women's soccer than the men are, and the men still make more money.
The lush not working. Gotta get to the bag, my mama is tired. I see that she hurting. I stare at the stars and answer it all. I can't follow no serpent. Life is a game, so shoot for the moon. When you shoot with a purpose, I run up the dash, 200 a mile, you know that I'm working. Chasing blue faces, you know that I'm lurking. Kill less of these bitches, you know that I'm swerving. Tired of love, my heart it went breaking. Turned to a savage, now I started taking. Collecting these souls, now I'm the reaper. Getting the bag, you know that I need you. Cardio frames, a drip in my face. Seeing so clear, the type of the fake. My family's the coast, got an army on me. No 6 man, got 5 on my team. Run up the bands, this is all I see. I'm God of my life, one day I'll be free. I know I don't call, I know you with me. Guiding me through mother spreading the seed. I hopped on my Birkin, they lush not working. Gotta get to the bag, my mama is tired. I see that she hurting. I stare at the stars and answer it all. I can't follow no serpent. Life is a game, so shoot for the moon. When you shoot with a purpose, I hopped on my Birkin, the lush not working. Gotta get to the bag, my mama is tired. I see that she hurting. I stare at the stars and answer it all. I can't follow no serpent. Life is a game, so shoot for the moon. When you shoot with a purpose, I've been lost in my head, my games like a joker. My life been playing these games like it's poker. Where flushing is over, the money is calling, you know that I'm on. Switch up for euros, I'm pasting on gone. But mama D diamonds, that shit when I'm gone. Killing her demons, protecting her throne. To mama I'm flexing on purpose. For the niggas that said I ain't worth shit, she said get you out of the street. So mama don't worry, I'm working. I'm motherfucking working. I'm all in my Birkin. These bitches, they know that I'm hurting. I'm chasing the money, I'm splurging. I'm getting what's mine is for certain. I hopped on my Birkin, the lush not working. Gotta get to the bag, my mama is tired. I see that she hurting. I stare at the stars and answer it all. I can't follow no serpent. Life is a game, so shoot for the moon. When you shoot with a purpose, I hopped on my Birkin, the lush not working. Gotta get to the bag, my mama is tired. I see that she hurting. I stare at the stars and answer it all. I can't follow no serpent. Life is a game, so shoot for the moon. When you shoot with a purpose, I hopped on my Birkin, the lush not working. I hopped on my Birkin, the lush not working.
Yo, we are back.
We live, baby.
And this is the second half of What's Your Ground Like podcast. And it's time to get into some pop culture, but, a few information before we do. Next week, we will have our guests back on. We're going to be doing something called Fashion Week. We'll have like 2 clothing designers on the show promoting their clothing brands. And we're going to be chopping it up about the latest topics going on in the culture. For right now, it's time to get into some ASAP Rocky. I want to know what y'all think about this situation. The brother's locked up on some Acorn shit.
Nah,
you feel me?
For
in Sweden.
Nah, no funny, I feel bad.
I do.
I don't like the fact that people are bringing up the whole But did you hear what he said about Flint though? And then they would like bring up his old tweets because you know everybody love bringing up old tweets. The tweet was kind of harsh though. He was like, "Yo, I'm not even in Flint, so I'm like, I don't even care." Like, you know, like, something fucked up. But I'm just like, damn, ASAP.
Nah, it's harsh because of the conditions that he's in, and I feel like after watching, like, after hearing about like the Khalif Browder story, and after hearing about, and watching like When They See Us, and watching how he was in solitary confinement, and also watching the Malcolm X movie, and
all of that.
It's just like putting ASAP in that whole like environment, and I'm just sitting there like I can't even imagine like what he's going through.
Exactly.
Because they said he's not eating.
Yeah, he's not eating.
Listen, all that's a bunch of bullshit. First of all, I looked at the daggone pictures, all right? It don't look like no daggone terrible living conditions. The brother got a TV. The brother got a bed. To be honest with you, that look like utopia, all right? It don't look like no daggone terrible.
Where you seen these pictures at?
Yo, Google, you look at the pictures, all right?
Do we got ASAP Rocky in the picture?
Nah, but I saw the picture of the daggone jail. It looked like a dorm room. You feel me?
You sure you wasn't looking at the lobby?
Nah, I'm looking at
what? Yo,
you know they be having like the little lobby area.
I was
that's
reading
just a PR stunt to get him, to get him out of there faster. Basically, is what it is.
But it's not even like Ferg said it. But I'm like, I don't know. All right, so Ferg is like talking about it, but I feel like he's not going in depth a lot about it. So
they just saying that, like, you know what I'm saying? They just saying that to get him out of there. Yeah, it's good for him to be out of there. Yeah, free ASAP and all that. But first of all, the brother is not that bad. All right, from what I'm seeing,
he not eating.
Yeah,
that's what they say. Do you really think the brother not eating? Do you really feel that?
You think this is all like propaganda right now? Like, you think this is all like fake?
Or like, it's not all fake.
Not fake, but like dragged, or like they're like over exaggerating. So maybe he's eating but not eating good, or like eating.
No, he's eating. He's eating whatever the jailmates eat. The jailmates in America or whatever don't eat good. They don't eat steak. They don't have filet mignon.
So you
and
think
all that other stuff. They eat jail food. He's eating jail food. He's not out here at Red Lobster. You feel me? Like,
no, I know
food.
that, but like people are saying like he's not eating.
They saying he's not eating. So even if he don't like the food, like. His like it's not like all right, he's supposed to be expecting a steak and lobster. Like, he's from Harlem, he know what oodles and noodles taste like, so I feel like he would eat it. But I don't like. I personally feel like
the brother's eating. He's eating jail food, regular jail food that regular jail people eat. You feel me?
To be honest, we not even there, so I don't even know.
We not even there.
You feel me? Like I said, me personally, I think it's all propaganda. You feel me? Second of all, the brother, like you said, he was asked about a certain topic. He dismissed it. He was like, I don't care about it. So the brother is, there's something called karma. You feel me? That's
People were saying,
people
were like,
you feel me? Whatever goes up must come down. You feel me? That's just what it is. So basically, his karma is coming back to him.
It was really harsh.
Everybody's saying this free ASAP. Me personally, I don't really care. You feel me?
I'm like, do you think we should free ASAP?
I don't care. You feel me? If it was up to me, if the judges or whatever came up to me, be like, yo, you had the final word. All right, free the brother. I don't care. You feel me, or whatever, or leave him in there. I'll say free him to give him the benefit of the doubt. But me personally, it's nothing I'm gonna lose sleep over. You feel me? The brother don't even put out a lot of music like that. You feel me? He's into the fashion. You feel me? So it is what it is.
Ghost on us.
Yeah, he's so cute. Sorry.
Now we know why you want him free. You feel me?
He's so cute.
Sorry.
But to be honest with you, like I said, it's karma coming back for the brother. He was asked about, Flint and all this other stuff.
How long? Okay, so how long ago was he asked about Flint for? Because
I feel like
how long ago?
Whenever Flint happened.
I was gonna say
Flint happened like 6 years ago.
It wasn't that.
I was gonna say, to be honest, I feel like the time don't even matter. He literally said, "I'm not in Flint, so I don't really care."
Exactly. So you feel me? To be honest with you, the reason why he may say it's terrible living conditions because the brother is rich. The brother is used to royalty. Yeah. So anything that's with a band and just a TV is horrible living conditions.
I feel like he should actually try to understand because, bro, you from Harlem. Like, I think he grew up in the PJs.
All right,
I think he did. So the whole thing about it is you had clean water, but bruh, you probably didn't have hot clean water. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like sometimes people in the PJ struggle for hot water, cold water sometimes. Like, I know he had times where he didn't have food in the house. Like, sometimes you gotta come from an understanding point of view and be humble. And with him,
I was like, you know what? Let's come. I'm gonna humble you real quick. What did you do? He's in jail.
He gonna humble a lot of people when they go to hell. I'll tell you that. But anyway, that's for the biblical people out there. You feel me? Some 7-day Adventists and all that.
Chill.
But for real though, you know what I'm saying? Like he should be just doing his time. You feel me? Whatever he did, if he does.
But
How much they giving him?
I don't even know.
I think they said he was gonna give him like how many years? 6 years?
6 years. Okay.
Yo, no funny. I thought it was like 20 years.
I thought they was like self-defense.
Yeah, I heard like the story. Like I heard. So basically, there was like a fight going on between this guy and girl, and then like he stepped in, and then like he had to like defend himself. That's what I heard. I could be wrong. Someone could correct me, but
then
that's what I heard.
I didn't. Okay, so I'm not gonna say I didn't because I recently just like heard about somebody getting arrested for fighting somebody. He was almost about to go to jail, but he didn't. But I was like, I don't know. Maybe it's me. I just feel like fighting somebody. We see fights all the time. I seen a whole bunch of them in high school and middle school, and we go to jail for 6 years. Like, and in my head, I feel like they didn't pull out any weapons. I feel like if they pulled out a weapon like a gun or a knife, then yeah, we got to put some numbers behind that because it's like what do they call that? Assault. I don't know. Whatever big words they throw together in the courtroom to make it seem so dramatic.
Yo, me and my dad was just talking about that. He was like, yo, like in the courtroom, they have like their own language. And it just
they have their own dictionary.
Dictionary. That's what he said language dictionary. Like there's like this whole thing where it's just like they could be like the sky is blue, but like
they call it like, you know, something funny.
We can't even think of nothing.
That's what I'm saying, like, you know, but it's just like, yo, that's crazy. And like people is just standing there trying to like defend themselves, and we just trying to tell you the story. Like, you asked for our side, we giving you our side, but the fact that it's not in y'all terms, y'all just think is, I don't know, it's messed up, man. This whole system is just messed up
today, right? And this is very different from the rappers of before in the past. Normally, when dudes would ask questions like how he was asked about Flint, let's say you ask somebody like you know, who's a like
Chance.
No, I'm talking
or
about
J. Cole.
now?
like KOS1 or somebody.
Okay,
or
I was gonna say
like one
low-key
of those
Tupac.
dudes. They would give you a whole 5-hour long speech about what was going on. But rappers now, they you know, I won't say they dumb. Everybody's smart to a certain degree, but they don't care about it. Like they're not even aware of it.
No,
you feel me?
I agree with you.
And
100%.
so basically, they're very dismissive. But when they get into those situations, Meek Mill, when he got into a situation with, you already know, with that terrible lawyer of his, and when he went through all that, he came out a whole different man. You feel me? Like, to me, he got better. Me personally,
like, he came out like
better as a rapper when he went through that. Same thing with 21 Savage. 21 Savage was garbage, like straight up. But like when he came
Iron
back
versus I was.
You feel me? And then with a lot, you feel me? I'm like, I could really, but like they speak their mind now. Like they know what's happening. So hopefully that happens with ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are like that to the point that they have to go through something in order to be like, all right, now I gotta actually wake up. And a lot of people is like, sometimes I just have to go through it for me to actually sit here and be like, all right, I need to change, or I need to make an action, or whatever the case may be. Like, people have to literally learn the hard way in order for them to change. So
I agree.
Or maybe we just got a lot of Ray Charleses out here because there's a lot of things going on. You feel me? And it's all
going
around.
to the devil house with you. No,
you are. You really something, man.
Nah, I'm just saying. Dudes be at the blind bird box. You want me to use that?
I don't.
You said bird. Yo,
everybody be
bird
doing that. They be
box.
like, "So you bird boxing now?" I'm like, what?
Now remember when that movie was? Did y'all see the movie?
I mean, we've been the bird box. Before the bird box even came out, honestly, 'cause people be acting like they don't be seeing shit.
Yeah, but I feel like with these new rappers, like half of them, like, no offense, intelligence level don't be that high. And I'm like, I'm tired of watching 30-minute interviews and they ain't talking about nothing. Like, I remember watching a Rico Love interview and literally I could only remember 5 questions being asked, but it was a whole 30-minute interview. And I was like, this is what I'm talking about. Elaborate, please. Like, we need more Rico Loves out here in the streets to like, she asked a question, he was going in, he was going off. I'm like, sometimes I'm like, because that's when I was like, yo, I'm about to be interviewing people. I used to watch everybody interview. I'm like, I like interviews where I sit down and I like to actually hear your story. When they ask a question about you, give me your life. Like, this is how I know so much about YG, because I watched so many interviews and I was like, give me your life. Like, I just want to know it. And I just love to hear stories, but I like to see how people were able to like talk about different things. Like, you know, with Nipsey, he used to have like his interviews and he used to elaborate. Like I said, going back to Rico Love, they elaborate. These rappers now, you ask them a question, they be like, well, I mean, next question. Next, and I'm just like, yeah, I shouldn't have to feel like we have to ask questions, like real life questions, and then that is like us, like literally 5-minute block, and then all we talking about is all your hood street things that you done. And granted, yes, but I'm like, we need substance, bro.
Did you think 6ix9ine elaborated?
Yo, 6ix9ine, that was a good interview. I couldn't even.
Judges and
I'm like, I gotta ask about 6ix9ine.
Yo,
like
6ix9ine, I literally, it took me 2 days to watch it because it was like an hour. And
yeah,
I was
it was
like,
mad long. It was mad long.
One thing about 6ix9ine, yo,
yeah,
he made sense. I ain't gonna even hold you.
No, he actually did make sense in that. Breakfast Club, yeah, the last one
I give
that
him
he.
that. I saw that. I was surprised.
Did he have on a blue shirt?
I honestly do not
like,
remember
he literally
because of my circumstances, but like
Charlemagne and all them dudes that been
the
in
last
the radio
one
business.
The last one that happened.
I know he did 2. I know both of them was like an hour long.
The last one.
I don't think I seen a lot. I think I seen the first one.
Oh,
and he was because he said it in the interview. He's like, this is gonna be your most viewed interview, and literally it got more than Birdman. And Birdman was the most viewed, and that one got to like mad digits. I'm like, I'm mad I'm watching this, but I'm like, yo. Like
he made you want to like listen to more. Like, what do you have to say?
That's exactly what it was.
Like, you low key not making sense, but you making sense. But what's up? Like, let me hear this. And then like you really listening. Like, yo, like he really trying to make sense, and it's working.
One thing about him, like I could say, like between him and the baby, like they both have great marketing skills. And one thing that they do, they know how to operate their fans and people that's not their fans. They know how to do it all, and I don't know how. I don't know how they capture their audience the way they do, but they do it. And that was with him. Like, he knew what he wanted. He was like, I'm gonna get what I want. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you probably still gonna like it.
Yo, my little sister loved 6ix9ine.
Basically, and that's what Trump does. When you think about it, your job is to get people talking about you, whether it's negative or positive.
Yeah.
If your name is always in the headlines, whether it's be for good or positive, positive or bad, it's gonna work out for you because your name is in the paper. Like, it's in the newspaper. So if I say F mother F this, F mother F that, boom, and it gets views. No matter if people is like, yo, why is he here? He's stupid. I'm still getting the publicity.
Yeah,
that's why he got a song called Stupid.
You feel me? Exactly. You gotta get publicity. You feel me?
He know what he was doing. Like, that was the thing. Like, I was like, yo, I wasn't cool with him. But then when we was at the parties in Cortland, I'm like, wait, hold on, wait, I don't get him. Like, yo.
But he's a rat.
And that's the thing. I'm like, it's so sad because
he about to have he probably ain't gonna be saying nothing. All that substance before. If I'm him,
I
want
saying like
words.
Someone said social media's been like mad dead since 6ix9ine has been gone, and I'm like,
cause
I'm not even gonna lie,
he was the illest troll.
Yeah,
but we like the thing about it is he trolled.
I don't like
everybody.
that statement. I don't like that statement. I understand where it's coming from. In a way, I understand why they're saying it. But social media is always gonna be there.
No,
and it's always gonna be stuff
and
new challenges and new stuff. Like, it's social media.
It's stupid,
it's just
but
it's almost like
it's low key different though.
It's almost like replacing maybe the person that was here before. Like, let's say I replace somebody with somebody. Yeah, it's not that somebody that was great, but it's somebody. You feel me?
I feel you.
Whoa, okay, my brother, you need to shut up. My laptop talking to me. It's like, I'm not replacing you, laptop. I'm talking about you. Feel me?
Nah, we staying with
you
Samsung.
Act right.
We staying
Samsung. We doing working good. You feel me? Anyway, that's my thoughts on ASAP. You feel me? If it was somebody like J. Cole or Kendrick,
we know
I'll go free the brother my damn self. You feel me? Like, we out.
Let's get a GoFundMe going.
J. Cole, I'm out.
But like, honestly,
I'm
people
go get him.
that's ignorant, and when they ask about certain stuff, to me, I don't care. I'm not saying I want him to stay there. To me, it's a topic that we just talking about.
Yeah.
Because we got a show, and we, it's
I mean,
time.
like, we all like free him or whatever. It brings me back to the statement that Meek Mill made in his songs. Like, the same people that were screaming free him wasn't they wasn't sending letters, they wasn't going to visit him. Like, all of us is like, free him, but is any of us making a GoFundMe to gather some money for him to get out? Like, no. So it's just like, of course not, exactly. So it's just like, I'll show my support in the US over here with my money in my pocket. So that's why I'm like,
ain't gonna go to Sweden. You feel me? You ain't gonna catch somebody on a 15-20 hour flight to go free somebody that's not even gonna get free.
I mean, I feel like Ferg would go. Ferg got money.
His friend.
He gonna be going there with the mob and doing his job. You feel me? Hey.
I wish I knew how to like really like hit it.
Whoa.
Hit the wall.
Anyway,
You seen the meme with like Rihanna and Chris Brown?
No.
Chris Brown was hit, and Rihanna was the wall. I'm sorry, that's not funny. I'm sorry.
Y'all,
I'm sorry.
I ain't going down with you.
It wasn't funny, but I'm like, wow, people are really like not shit.
Yeah, they wilding out. They wilding out.
so we got some R.kelly news. As you know, it seems like we have
R.
R.kelly
Kelly?
news every once
He
in
got
a
arrested
while. Right?
again while walking his dog. That's the
You
funny
know what?
part.
You see, this is what.
My mom
To
was
me,
like,
this is a drag.
That's what I'm
type
saying.
Of
Like, I don't-
situation.
I'm like, they don't.
Like,
At this point,
the
they don't
brother
want him.
should've been
They don't want him
How
arrested.
long ago? You feel me?
Years.
Like, this is drag. Like
Why did he get arrested?
I have no clue. They was like he was walking his dog and they arrested
he
him.
got
For
arrested
what?
for being a model citizen, ladies and gentlemen.
At this point, I feel like
He's
they,
in jail.
There's something like sexual assaults in Atlanta. I'm in Chicago.
Yeah, it's basically he was arrested in Chicago on federal child pornography charges.
Okay, and then Jocelyn Savage father ran up on his publicist while his publicist was doing a press conference. I seen it on the Shade Room, and I'm just like, at this point, your daughter wanted to stay, cause how Dominique? I keep saying this. I said, how did Dominique mother get Dominique out?
She went and got her.
Thank you,
Typical black family.
thank you.
Give me my. I'm going up there and I'm
Like,
getting my daughter. Not no.
I'm listening to this
give me
like-
back
And
my
like
daughter.
Dominique
you know.
mother is like, I see Jocelyn here, and I'm just like,
When was this? Today?
yeah, while he was walking his dog. Sorry, y'all. He was like, he was walking his dog. I was like, at this point, I feel like they just teasing him. I really do.
Like,
you know,
I,
you know how
when
you
I
just
said
gotta
R.
pick at
Kelly, I
something?
said, what?
I'm over it.
I need to read this. I'm the same.
So we-
I
read
am.
it.
Breaking news. R. Kelly arrested on new federal charges in Chicago with a New York connection. R. Kelly was picked up and arrested by the feds Thursday night while walking his dog in Chicago. A spokesperson... Who did that? A spokesperson for the U.S. Attorney, Northern District, Illinois, confirms a federal grand jury indicted him, I pressed something, on 13 counts of child pornography and obstruction of justice. The spokesperson confirms he is currently behind bars at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in Chicago. Kelly's attorney, Steve Greenberg, says these charges arose from alleged actions in Illinois and Eastern District, New York, which includes Brooklyn, Queens, and Long Island. In a statement, Kelly's lawyer, Steve Greenberg, says that they look forward to his day in court, to the truth coming, and to his vindication from what has been an your phone locked, but yep.
So one thing I would say, right?
So he's behind bars.
Yes.
Whoop-de-doo.
He's trapped in the closet.
You trap behind bars.
Feel me? I'm happy that he got arrested. You feel me? Now you can go up there safely to Chicago when you go.
Oh
to the
yeah, when
football
I'm
camp,
gonna
you
be
feel
like,
me?
yo, free R. Kelly, Jeju. I don't care.
Honestly, I'm
honestly,
just
to me,
over
this is a
it.
drag
Yeah, that's
situation.
what I'm like literally once y'all said R. Kelly, I'm like, what now?
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? I've been thought
Drag.
the brother was in jail, but then I realized he wasn't. You feel me? Right? Then he get picked up a couple.
I thought
months
that's
ago.
what I thought. I'm like, what
I
are you
thought he was
talking
still
about?
You
behind
feel
bars.
me?
They
Like-
was like, oh, he got arrested walking his dog. I said he was out.
He has a dog. Like,
Oh, he's a walking like a regular citizen. Like he's doing all these normal people things, and I'm like, I'm about to be. We all about to be. Well, y'all 21 already.
Yeah,
right? I'm still 20, about to be 21 or whatever. And it's like these been going up for like 20 plus years, and y'all just like as soon as the Surviving R. Kelly documentary, like let me not brush over people's pain or whatever the case may be, but it's just like.
yo, didn't they win something in something? The documentary won like an award.
Yeah, they did.
That's a new thing now, the documentaries. But anyway, I want to bring up a question. I want to know y'all answer. You know, I'm the dude. I gotta have rankings. I gotta have questions. I gotta have.
Wow.
That's just
What?
me. You feel me? You gotta spice it up. You feel me? I like a little spice on my chicken. You feel me?
What?
If you had to choose between the two, we debating between the last two topics we discussed.
Okay.
Free ASAP or put R. Kelly behind for good.
Bro, we freeing ASAP.
Yeah, I'm a free ASAP. Mainly because, for good, like for life, I don't want to be giving people.
Basically switching spots. ASAP, you're a free man. R. Kelly, you going to that cell.
I'm freeing ASAP.
Yeah, we.
What kind of question is that, bro?
We free ASAP.
So you will keep R. Kelly on the street, doing what he doing.
What? You just said doing
No,
what he
you
doing.
said if we free ASAP, R. Kelly gonna be behind
I
bars.
messed up on that. I meant if you had to choose between R. Kelly being locked away for life and ASAP staying in jail, or ASAP being freed and R. Kelly doing what he doing still.
Bro, you just lost me, bro.
You don't understand what I'm saying?
So you basically
Okay. Let's break it down.
We like,
Because I'm
okay.
I know I'm not bugging. All right, so you think, okay, so there's two kind of options.
It's just
like,
a random.
it's like two
Yeah.
different scenarios.
different- all right,
It's a
So,
scenario.
we
We're playing a jigsaw game.
I know.
It's the Saw
Free ASAP, and then put R. Kelly in jail, or
movie. For good, for life.
or have R. Kelly
do what he's doing.
do what he's doing
And
while
A$AP
ASAP is in jail.
No, or wait, something like that. Basically, the opposite
Bro,
of
you
each
don't
other.
even know what you're talking about.
Not because you just confused me the way how you said
You
it.
confused us.
Me, that's what I'm trying to
Alright, one more
confirm.
time.
One more time.
One more time. R. Kelly gets freed,
Okay.
but ASAP has to stay. Nah, I just messed myself up.
I'm like, yo, I'm freeing
Alright,
ASAP.
But
Like,
my whole thing, okay. I don't know.
I said it right
In
the
my
first time.
case, like it's bad that I feel like I don't even care if he's behind bars or free. I don't. I really don't care.
Who?
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly.
Because
Yeah.
I was smart enough to stay away. Half of these girls was at his court like, free R. Kelly. Free R. Kelly. I'm your number one fan. Like, girl, go to school, get your education. That's what.
go graduate high
I
school.
mean, you do kind of got a point. You feel
Like,
me?
that's why I'm like, I don't even care if he's free.
It goes. See, that's
as
why.
long as he don't touch me. Bars.
That's why our topics always, even though it seems like we shift gears, it always align because it goes back to the point where I started off the show where it came to women, and you brought up the fact that you said, where women don't support, women, and that's why we not getting paid. It's the same thing with females. You asking for something, and you're gonna get what you ask for. It's basically like that. So it's kind of like it intertwines with each other. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because these girls actually was over there. Some of them knew about the rape charges, but they still put themselves in a predicament to be a victim of that.
I
You
don't
feel
know.
me?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know who it was, but it was one girl. She was smart. She left. She said, I left once I started hearing all these different things. I forgot her name, but they only showed sis one time in that documentary. And after she said her piece, she was not shown again. All them other ones was shown 50 million times. And I'm like, so why you keep reoccurring in the story?
Right.
I ain't even watch it.
Well, we gotta move on real quickly because the time running out. Jermaine Dupri had some criticism from female rappers. He came out with the other
Oh yeah,
day.
he said everybody sound the same. It sound like just strippers saying.
Yeah, strippers basically rapping.
I actually just seen that and I was like, ooh.
And I,
Which I think.
I mean, everybody was screaming Young and May. And I was like, she's a different breed.
I'm like, do she really count?
Nah. I'm sorry, she count, but she don't really count.
Yeah, so
She count because she's a woman, but she don't really count because
she don't rap
she
about
don't-
the same thing that the
she
other.
rap like the dude. She be out here
Yeah.
talking,
To me,
not
that's,
really. but
she's out of this question.
Okay, good.
She's
All right,
out
good.
of this.
Everybody
She's-
was just like,
she's not.
Young
She don't
and
rap
May, and
about
I'm like-
stripping. She put on a man persona. She don't rap about stripping. She's out of it.
She rap about
Basically,
girls
who's
and
in this conversation? We will be talking about Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Lil' Kim from back then, or basically a lot
Megan
of the,
is not even a stripper though.
I mean-
Megan is an educated woman.
Oh yeah, Sweetie. I love Sweetie.
Sweetie graduated from USC.
So
Megan Thee Stallion was
somebody
in college.
said Sweetie is
Sweetie is-
trash, and I was like, hold up, she's bad. Stop it. So then I went to go listen to her again. I'm like,
She low key trash.
the beat is fire though. Like,
I'm weak.
like I'm like, you know what? She's just learning. She just came up. Like she just came out. So just like she's probably like learning her different styles. So
Yeah,
it's just
that's
like
all I'm about to say.
you know.
Cardi B responded, and I actually agree with Cardi B with what she
What
said.
she said?
She said basically, because she was once a stripper, she basically
Yeah.
said, that's what people want to hear. That's what sells. You feel me? So if people who started rapping
Yeah, she's
about
being,
like
she's
regular
actually
stuff,
being real. But
you
like,
know, it
I
wouldn't
feel like
sell.
there's
And I
people in the
do
world
agree.
that wanna listen to other stuff too.
But the thing about it is, like, he's
but
like,
it doesn't sell as much.
That
You feel
sucks.
me?
that's true. But I feel like I read something on the Shade Room and it was just like, so what do half of these guy rappers be rapping about? I'm like, you got a point, because all of them be talking about the lean, the Molly. Because at a point, I was hearing it on Future. I was hearing it on this person, that person. I was just like, okay, we get it. You drugged up singing this song at this point.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Like, that's your body. So it's just like, he's like, it's all about stripper rapping. But I'm like, it's the same people talking about toting guns, popping Molly, drinking lean, and doing the same thing all over again. Being up in the studio to 6, maybe 10 in the morning, from like 9 at night to 10 the next morning. Doing the same thing all over again. Going on tour. Gotta keep the energy. So they gotta have all this alcohol and drugs in their body to keep pushing. Like, it's the same thing we hear in songs. And you know what we do? Us girls, we be throwing it back. Hey, and then all y'all dudes be in the parties toting y'all fake guns, and us girls be there with y'all too. But it's just like, it's the same thing.
Like
we do
vice versa.
We do the same dance to every song. Think about it. Cause the beat be the same, and then we like, hey,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, y'all killing it with the dance moves today. You feel me? Y'all gotta get a contract or something.
Nah, I'm
I
trash.
mean, like,
My little sister's a dancer, not me. I'm not it. It's
But
not me.
Jen, can you take us away with our WYGL
yeah, we have news.
news?
Yeah, we have news.
New segment on the show.
The news segment. So, fortunately, a 4.6 earthquake shook Seattle overnight, just before 3 a.m. in the morning. There were no structural damage to infrastructure or anything. Also, another earthquake hit California, 4.9, again shortly after the Seattle earthquake. Earlier in the week, we lost actor Cameron Boyce, R.I.P., who died in his sleep after an epileptic seizure. He was only 20 years old. R.I.P., R.I.P., R.I.P. Did y'all watch Jesse? Because I watched Jesse.
yeah, I watched Jesse.
I watched Jesse. No, I watched Jesse.
I left Instagram because Sky Jackson, like, she went on live, she was crying, and China finally posted.
I saw China,
Oh my God,
China's
I was in my
own
bed.
was so, like, genuine. I cried.
I cried because she was just like, because at one moment she was like, yeah, and then she was like,
She was laughing, and then, like, she cried. And then
yeah,
I'm
because
like,
she wanted to remember the good times, and then she was just like, wait, like, she came to like, yo, he's gone.
He's
and that's
gone.
when she just was like, nah, like, this is not real. And she was like, I'm glad I didn't
He
get
was a
this
young
happen.
brother too.
He was
only
so
20 years old.
young. He was so
Yeah.
young.
He was out here, he was fly.
And last but not least, stupid people. Florida woman charged with food tampering after surveillance cameras caught her picking her nose and sticking fingers in ice cream. This comes after another video that surfaced of a woman opening ice cream and licking it and putting it back on a Walmart shelf. She'll be facing 20 years in jail, and I feel so bad, but I really don't, because why are you so stupid? And the person that recorded, what's happening to the person that recorded?
Well, I don't know. He looked like he getting off, but hey, I don't know what it is with all this food tampering. You know, people are acting dumb. This is the dumb generation, and it's time for us to depart from this show. This is another episode of What's Your Grind Like. And definitely follow us on WYGL_podcast and our individual Instagrams at real.lil_, real_lil TV.
They call me Jen with 2 N's _.
And Melanie _Allure with Melanie with 2 N's. I keep messing that up. That's okay.
And we'll be back next week for Fashion Week. We out.
Peace out, y'all.
What's up, y'all? We would like to thank you guys for tuning into this week's What's Your Grind Like podcast. Head over to YouTube and make sure you subscribe to the Real Leel TV for more videos to come. Also, in order to receive more updates, go over to Instagram and follow What's Your Grind Like at WYGL_podcast on the gram. And for business inquiries, please DM us what your grind is going to be. Stay tuned for guest appearances and juicy topics that will be coming to you weekly.